Well, there seems to be an imminent split where the RJD is concerned. According to sources, 13 MLAs have submitted their letters to the state governor demanding them to be considered as a separate entity. Well, that is the latest bit of news that we are breaking at this point of time. An imminent split between where the RJD is in question. That's the latest news that's coming in. And what we can tell our viewers is 13 of MLAs from the RJD have submitted their letters to the state governor demanding them now to be considered a separate entity. Breaking this news on headlines today. Rohit is still with us. Rohit, get us up to speed with this news break. Rohit, can you hear me?
Yes, Preeti.
Rohit, imminent split within the RJD. 13 MLAs now want to be considered a separate entity. Huge blow to Lalu, who clearly wants to align with the Congress.
Well, absolutely. This is a huge blow for Lalu Prasad Yadav, who is at this point of time in Delhi and trying to forge an alliance with the Congress party. But it seems that back in Bihar, he has failed to keep his party and his flock together, because what we are learning is that the RJD parliamentary party, there is a split in the RJD parliamentary party. There are 22 MLAs of RJD in the Bihar assembly, and out of this, 13 of them have written a letter to the Speaker of Bihar Assembly, Uday Narayan Chaudhary, asking and in fact demanding that they should be considered as a separate entity or a separate group, and they should be provided a separate place to sit in the assembly. So this is a clear signal that now there are fissures in the RJD, and Lalu Prasad Yadav has failed to keep his house in order. And because after BJP and JDU has snapped ties in June, there were a lot of talks going on that RJD could split and most of the MLAs could switch side towards the JDU.
That's what I want to come to. That's what I want to come to, Rohit. It's open season, this election. Are we actually looking at these 13 MLAs join some other political party?
Well, till now they have not decided whether they will be going towards the BJP or the JDU, but there were rifts in the party, because the kind of alliance which Lalu Prasad is trying to forge with the Congress, many of these MLAs wanted to contest the Lok Sabha polls, and they have come to know that they were denied tickets and they will not be contesting from the RJD seat, and that is the RJD ticket. In fact, that is why there was a lot of anger in these MLAs, and today a letter has been written to the Speaker. 13 of these MLAs have united together, and they have written a letter to Uday Narayan Chaudhary, and they have said that they are.
Rohit, the murmurs of a split had only emerged when Lalu had gone to jail in the fodder scam, because primarily on the line of succession where the RJD comes into play. All of that now coming out in the open, isn't it?
Well, Preeti, let me tell you, the murmurs or rumors were already on in June last year, when BJP and JDU had split, and obviously the JDU needed support from independent MLAs to run the Congress, to run the government in Bihar. And there were talks going on that the RJD could split at that point of time, and according to anti-defection law, out of 22 MLAs, 15 must break away together, but that did not happen. And in fact, in December also, when October, November, December, when Lalu Prasad Yadav was in jail, there were again talks going on that the RJD could split, and Nitish Kumar was trying to break the party. But at that point of time also, the RJD did not break. But now, as soon as the elections draw closer, the Lok Sabha polls are coming, and many of these MLAs wanted to contest the Lok Sabha polls on the RJD ticket. But what we are coming to know from sources is that they were denied a ticket, and the kind of alliance that has been forged, keeping Ram Vilas Paswan outside, basically it's a RJD and a Congress alliance. So many of these MLAs were very miffed, and now together they have written a letter to Uday Narayan Chaudhary asking him to consider them as a separate entity and should be provided a separate place to sit in the assembly. So this is a major blow for Lalu Prasad just ahead of elections.
Exactly. Rohit, at a time when alliances are only forged on the backbone of electoral math with just 9 MLAs, can Lalu even think of forging an alliance with the Congress at this point of time?
Well, it seems at this point of time that Lalu has not many options, because RJD is also decimated in Bihar for the last few years, and till now it has only 3 MPs in the Lok Sabha also. So it is very much important for Lalu Prasad Yadav to forge an alliance with a secular party like the Congress, because RJD and Congress have been allies for several years, and that is why that was a natural choice for Lalu Prasad Yadav, and it is almost certain that the Congress and RJD alliance is done. And that is why many of the RJD MLAs were miffed at the fact with the kind of alliance that has taken place, because Ram Vilas Paswan at this point of time, as I've been telling you, is out of that alliance and he is ready to forge an alliance with the BJP. So that is why these miffed MLAs have already decided to quit RJD, and they have written a letter to Uday Narayan Chaudhary, the Speaker of Bihar Assembly.
And taking off from there, Rohit, it's trouble for Lalu, but a fair bit of trouble for the UPA as well, because clearly they were in the frame of mind of forging this trio of an alliance with the RJD and the LJP. The LJP right now, as we know, has opted for the NDA, and with RJD a fractured lot, really the UPA has nothing much to look at.
Well, absolutely. That's a major setback for UPA in Bihar, because had Congress, RJD and LJP come together and forged an alliance, that would have been a formidable force to fight against BJP and JDU. But now that is, as I've told you, this is almost certain that Ram Vilas Paswan and LJP is out, because LJP had been demanding at least 10 seats from the Congress RJD alliance. But in fact, Lalu Prasad had completely ruled out that he won't be ready to give 10 seats to Ram Vilas Paswan, because as you know that for the last 5 to 6 years, the LJP has also been completely destroyed in Bihar. They don't have a single MP or MLA in the state at the moment. In fact, Ram Vilas Paswan himself lost that crucial Hajipur seat in 2009. So keeping in mind the strength of the LJP, Lalu was not willing to provide more than 3 to 4 seats to Ram Vilas Paswan. But obviously, Ram Vilas Paswan was miffed at that fact. He wanted at least 8 to 9 seats. And when he saw that that was not coming, he chose to move towards the BJP. And that is definitely a setback for the UPA in Bihar.
You know, stay on with us. We're getting political reactions from Bihar at this point of time. Sham Rajak from the JDU joining us on the phone line. Mr. Rajak, quick comments on what's taking place as we speak, because if 13 MLAs from the RJD have decided to separate and be considered as a different entity, is your party open that they enter? Would you be making overtures to these 13 MLAs?
ये हमारी पार्टी को क्या मतलब, इसे राजद इसके अंदर जो लोग थे जो उस परिवारवाद के खिलाफ उस तरह से जो वहाँ पर जिस तरह से दोहन कार्यकर्ताओं का होता है, इन सब चीजों से जैसा उन लोगों ने बताया कि उसके कारण वो मर्माहत थे और उनको सुनने वाला नहीं, क्योंकि वहाँ पर एक छत्रराज है, तो उससे
श्याम जी आप खुद आरजेडी छोड़कर जेडीयू गए हैं।
उन्हीं कारणों से हटा, जिन कारणों से आज ये लोग हटे हैं।
श्याम रजक जी आप खुद आरजेडी छोड़कर जेडीयू गए थे, तो आपको लगता है ये जो 13 एमएलएज हैं ये भी जेडीयू अप्रोच करेगा इन्हें?
मैं उन्हीं कारणों से हटा था और उन्हीं कारणों से ये लोग हटा। जेडीयू में अगर आना चाहेंगे, अगर इनकी इच्छा होगी, तो निश्चित रूप से हमारे नेता सांप्रदायिकता के विरोधी, भ्रष्टाचार के विरोधी, महंगाई के विरोधी जो भी लोग आना चाहेंगे, ऐसे लोग का स्वागत करेंगे।
बातचीत चल रही है रजक जी इनसे?
अभी तक कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है। वो करके अलग अपना स्थान के लिए उन लोगों ने एप्लीकेशन दिया, हम लोग तक।
बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने का। श्याम रजक, JDU leader on the phone line with us, saying that they would be more than welcome if the 13 MLAs from the RJD want to join the JDU flock. He himself has left the JDU to join left the RJD earlier to join the JDU. We have Mr. Anwar with us from the JDU on the phone line. Appreciate you talking to us. Quick comments, Mr. Anwar, with what's taking place in Bihar at this point of time. Would you be open to inviting the 13 MLAs who have split from the RJD towards the JDU? Would you be open to that?
अगर ऐसा होता है तो हमारी पार्टी के लिए ये अच्छी खबर है।
अनवर जी, क्या आप उनका स्वागत करेंगे? अभी हम बात कर रहे थे श्याम रजक के साथ, वो तो कह रहे थे कि अगर 13 MLA आना चाहें तो JDU उनका स्वागत करेगा।
नहीं, ठीक ही कह रहे हैं श्याम रजक जी। जो सांप्रदायिकता के खिलाफ जो देश के सामने जो खतरा है, सांप्रदायिकता का, फासिज्म का, उससे लड़ने में जो लोग भी हमारे साथ आएंगे उसका हम लोग स्वागत करेंगे।
मिस्टर अनवर जी, पहले बात छिड़ी थी जब लालू जेल गए थे कि जेडीयू ने बहुत कोशिश की आरजेडी को तोड़ने में, तो आपको लगता है वो सक्सेसफुल हुआ है?
देखिए, हम लोगों ने कभी इस तरह की कोशिश नहीं की, उल्टे हम लोगों को तोड़ने की कोशिश हुई है। और देखिए, कुदरत का ये नियम है कि जो दूसरे के लिए कुआं खोदता है उसके लिए खाई तैयार रहती है।
अनवर जी, अब क्या है, जैसे एलजेपी तो साफ साफ हो गया है कि एनडीए के साथ निकल गए हैं, आरजेडी अभी बिल्कुल फ्रैक्चर्ड लॉट है, तो आपकी पार्टी की क्या प्रतिक्रिया रहेगी?
देखिए, एलजेपी अगर ये जाता है तो ये शॉकिंग न्यूज है, लेकिन ये बार्गेनिंग के लिए भी हो सकता है कि अपना बार्गेनिंग के लिए वो अपना भाव बढ़ाने के लिए ऐसा कर रहे हो। अगर बीजेपी के साथ जाते हैं तो मान लीजिए कि जिस मुद्दे पर वो सबसे ज्यादा चिल्लाते थे और गोधरा को लेकर के वो कहते थे कि हम अलग हुए हैं, अगर बीजेपी में जाते हैं तो ये जवाब देंगे देश को।
अनवर जी, जो 13 एमएलए ने आरजेडी को बोला, आरजेडी छोड़ने का वो किया है और कह रहे हैं कि हमें सेपरेट एंटिटी आप कंसिडर करें, आपकी पार्टी उनसे बातचीत में है?
नहीं, हमको इसकी कोई खबर नहीं है, लेकिन एग्जीक्यूटिव नंबर है, अगर पर्याप्त संख्या है तो वो अपना एक अलग उसमें बना सकते हैं गुट।
ऑलराइट, बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने का। वी हैव अजय आलोक फ्रॉम द जेडीयू on the phone line with us. Mr. Alok, the question I ask you at this point of time, do you reckon will anti-defection law apply to this, sir?
See, this is something technical and we have to look into it, how many MLAs are there. So it will be the
13.
To decide. I know. Yeah, 13. It will be the speaker to decide that their effective strength in the House was 22. So let the speaker take a call on it whether anti-defection applies to them or not. But as far as we are concerned, it's something within the RJD. And if there was any disenchantment, there's discontent, it's within the RJD and it's for them to decide. Now, if any of these members or these leaders, if they wish to come to the principals of the JDU and they want to come to the JDU, well, our leadership will take a call on it.
But what is the policy at this point of time, Mr. All right, Mr. Ajay, look, appreciate you joining us. Let's quickly cut across to Lalu reacting to 13 MLAs of his 22.
हिडन एजेंडा एक-एक करके सांप्रदायिक ताकतों का सामने आ रहा है। कोई सिंगल लैम्बुल डे वो बोल रहे हैं कि हर हिंदू को अब 5-5 बच्चा पैदा करना चाहिए। कितना गंदा आग उगल रहा है। बच्चा पैदा करना, नहीं पैदा करना, बच्चा पैदा 8-8 भाई हम लोग होते थे, बहनें होती थी। ये कौन है हुक्म देने वाला? इसके पीछे क्या राज है? इसको नरेंद्र मोदी क्या बोला है? बड़ा खतरनाक बात, हिडन एजेंडा निकल रहा। एक बात जो अभी असम में भाषण किया, घुसपैठियों को निकालेंगे, बांग्लादेश अफराना प्रदेश से घुसे हुए हैं। और हर राज्य को बोला है कि दुनिया भर में जहाँ भी हिंदू है झूठा बात बोलता कि पिटा रहे हैं, उनको हर राज्य रखने को तैयार हो जा। मतलब इसकी तैयारी खतरनाक है नरेंद्र मोदी का। तो सांप्रदायिक ताकतों को दूर रखने के लिए पहले भी हमने काम किया और अभी भी हम इनके सपना को चूर करेंगे हम। इसलिए कांग्रेस पार्टी, आप जानते हो कि अकेले डंका हम पीटते आ रहे हैं। रामविलास जी का पार्टी साथ भी हम लोग उस समय कांग्रेस को नहीं दिया, लेकिन ये बात सुन के हम चौंके हैं कि बातचीत सबकी चल ही रही थी तालमेल के लिए, लेकिन कल देखा उनका पासवान जी के पार्टी का एक कोई नेता है, उसने कहा कि हमारा बीजेपी से तालमेल हो गया और हम लोग बहुत जल्दी ये सब काम करें। तो मैं बैठा हूँ, रामविलास जी के भाई पहले भी आए थे, हमारी बात हुई थी, बेटा को भी भेज दिए थे, बात हुई थी। खालिद अंसारी हम आए थे, उनसे बात हुई थी कि भाई कांग्रेस पार्टी से आप लोग बात कर रहे थे, बात करके सब बात करके बात किया जाएगा। जम्मू कश्मीर का मामला अभी तक इसी आधार पर अभी चल रहा है कि बातचीत किया जाएगा, है ना, बातचीत किया जाएगा। तो ये कौन सा पहाड़ उलट रहा था कि ऐसा सुनने में आया है। अब मजबूती से ये लोग खंडन नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये सांप्रदायिक ताकतों के साथ जा रहे हैं। यही वेरीफाई करने के लिए रामविलास जी को हम ढूंढ रहे हैं।
लेकिन वो तो
हम बात सुनिए, टेलीफोन हम लगाए हैं, आदमी यहाँ रखे हुए हैं कि बात करा, भेजो, जाओ, बताओ। सीट 2 गो 4 गो इधर उधर कोई मुद्दा नहीं है, सांप्रदायिकता है। कैसे बढ़ावा मिलेगा सांप्रदायिकता को? इसलिए हमारा प्रयास जारी है, पहले भी जारी था, कांग्रेस का भी प्रयास जारी था। मैडम सोनिया गांधी ने भी प्रॉपर टाइम दिया, पहले भी दिया। ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब अकारण क्या बात है रे भाई। जैसे तो हम होपफुल हैं कि रामविलास जी अच्छा आदमी है, सजन आदमी है। कौन कंपेल कर रहा है, कौन आदमी वहाँ चढ़ा हुआ है? तो हम इसलिए अब आपको मीडिया के माध्यम, हम भी महीनों से बैठे हुए हैं, तो हम कल बोल के जाके हम चले उधर इधर। तो अभी रामविलास जी के घर में कोई जोगिंदर पासवान है? बोला पासवान जी नहीं है, कहीं गए हुए हैं। एक गत है हम लोग का, उनका टेलीफोन उठाने वाला लालू यादव से भी नहीं बात करवा रहा है, उसको पते नहीं है। जिस पीए को पता नहीं कि उसका नेता कहाँ है, तो घर में परले ही करवा देगा। ये बात।
लेकिन कह रहे हैं कि राजद की तरफ से भी बाधा ज्यादा खड़ी हो रही है सेकुलर दलों को इकट्ठा करने में।
का कौन कर रहे हैं? आप बना रहे हैं कि कौन बने? सामने बैठाइए ना बुला कर, कौन बड़ा?
उनका नेता है और सूरज भान।
अरे रहोगे रांची, निकलोगे कराची से। चलिए।
Well, there you have it. Lalu in his inimitable style, Lalu Yadav answering questions to give our viewers perspective. Lalu is at this point of time in the national capital trying to forge an alliance with the Congress there. But back home, mutiny in the ranks where the RJD is concerned, where 13 MLAs have written to the governor for them to be considered a separate entity. What this means? Well, for starters, a big boost for the JDU in Bihar, with Lalu even more sidelined than what he was earlier. I'd like to cut across. Mr. Ajay Alok from the JDU is on the phone line with us. Mr. Alok, you must admit that this is a huge boost for the JDU at this point of time.
See, it's not a matter of a huge boost for JDU. What has happened is happened within the RJD. And the kind of turmoil...
But it will have political implications favorably for you.
See, the politics, the alignment and the realignment, it keeps on happening. So you don't take it as a boost because we were not responsible for it. It's the MLA within the RJD who were not satisfied. They were disenchanted,
right,
and they were gradually getting sidelined with the ideas of RJD. What Lalu and RJD said, that itself is a misconception to the idea. And with this alignment with the Congress and whatever, they are not satisfied with that. The state growth, right, and the state prospect peace, and they are also answerable to their electorate at the end of the day.
All right. All right. Appreciate you joining us. Ajay Alok from the JDU saying that whatever has happened within the RJD, but clearly it will have political implications. We will keep tracking details. A huge blow for Lalu, not just Lalu, even when it comes down to the Congress, which was hoping to forge an alliance with the RJD and the LJP.